Hey there guys, and welcome to episode 2 of Cooking with LJ's. I'm Lewis and I'm going to be going through today's cooking tutorial with you, and it is our Christmas special. So we've been cooking our roast chicken with some seasonal veg, and we're going to be using our signature barbecue rub today. So we're going to strip it all the way back and hopefully make you have the best Christmas meal you can have. Okay, nothing too complicated, nothing too big, really nice and simple. All right, and so today's seasonal veg that we're going to be using. Today we're going to be using some lovely parsnips. Okay, lovely and sweet, really part of the season. Everyone knows these are a real part of Christmas for us as well. So we've got some parsnips here, got some seasonal carrots, can't go wrong. I don't know if it's a myth that they make you see better in the dark, but let's find out today. We've got the things that people love to hate, our Brussels, but we're going to show you how to do a really tasty version of Brussels sprouts, and our roasties. Let's get some roasties going as well. Topped off with, you can't go wrong in the kitchen with your cloves of garlic, just enhancing that flavor every single time. So we're going to get right to it. Okay guys, so we're going to start off with our Brussels. So people really struggle how to make these and how to cut these, so I'm going to break it down for you again. Easy way to do them: cut the bottom off, that's the little sprout stem. Okay, and then in the middle, it's actually quite relevant for the season, is that we're going to do a little cross in the middle. And the reason why we do that on each of the sprouts, okay, is just to help them cook through. Step number 2 is our parsnip. Now, I love these things. My biggest hate though is when people do not cook them properly. When you get a boiled out parsnip, it don't taste nice, it doesn't taste seasonal, and actually it ruins the whole vibe of Christmas. I've got a really good way of cooking these, so I'm going to show you how we prep them. So first little thing, let's get our shredder. Really easy. Gonna scrape it as quick as we can. Doesn't need to be too neat, you know, because these are all going in. Roasted veg doesn't need to be too neat. What we're gonna do, we're gonna cut that top off, okay? This then goes in half. So some people, this is the main mistake, is that they leave it whole like this and they think that this is gonna taste nice. What we're trying to do is really enhance the flavor of these. So we're gonna cut that again through the middle, nice and easy. So it's half, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna cut it one more time and cut through the middle again. So we're gonna get it one more time, cut it through the middle all the way, and what happens is we got these lovely thin parsnips. Now what that does to it, it allows for flavor and it allows them to cook really well. Okay, the next step is our seasonal carrots. I love these things when they're cooked. They have a natural sweetness to them as well. There are ways to do it. So again, get your peeler, scraper, whatever you want to call it. This one's a bit of an odd one, you know. I've seen many videos of what these can look like. Actually, when you look at it that way, it looks a bit funny. It does, if you get what I'm saying. So, so we're just gonna scrape it as usual, really quick. Doesn't need to be too much of a task. Okay, seasonal veg. Cut it through, cut the ends off. And now, I would actually like to have done some chantenay carrots with these, but we're looking at how we cook a nice basic one and a quick one. So all we're gonna do, simple cutting down the middle, not too thick again, really simple. Watch those fingers, and we are ready. So really simple way of cutting and peeling. Finally, we have our roast potatoes, okay? Our roasties. These can be the best thing in a Christmas dinner, in a Sunday roast, whatever you want to call it. So I have a nice way of prepping these to make them nice and fluffy, to make them just pop with flavor. So same thing again, how do you use them? Some people make the mistake of having the whole potato and not making them small enough to actually enhance the flavor and the taste. So all we're gonna do, simple peeling again. I'll keep saying it, it doesn't need to be too meticulous. It is a seasonal veg, it's a root, okay, it's coming from the ground. Some people actually have them with the skin on, they do. So all we're gonna do with these, we're gonna casually peel them, and then we're gonna chop them in half. So it's not a bad size, but what we're gonna do on these ones, we're actually gonna cut them again Now what this does for us, cooking time is halved because it doesn't need to penetrate so much, but also the flavor is just enhanced also as well. So we've got our carrots, we've got our parsnips, our sprouts, and then finally coming into land, we're gonna be using our garlic as well. Okay guys, so we have all our garlic cut. So we're gonna put our potatoes now to boil. Really important fact here, or really important detail, do not overboil them, because what we're gonna do, we're gonna boil them to a part and then we're gonna roast them. If we boil them too much, what happens then? We get mashed potato. We do not want mashed potato, but we want a nice, soft roast potato. So we're gonna put them to boil. We're gonna keep them boiling for maybe 10, 15 minutes. Okay, take them out, just test with a knife. If they don't want them to break up too easy, we still want that firmness in the potato. Okay, so they're gonna go in, and then we're also gonna start boiling our carrots, our parsnips, and our sprouts, and that all gonna boil for about 10-15 minutes because we're gonna cook them afterwards in a certain way. Okay, so let's get to that. Okay guys, so now we're coming to the main part of our dish. So we've done our roast veg, our seasonal veg. Now we're going down to our roast chicken. Free range, whole chicken. This is gonna serve about 3-4 people in the family. We're gonna make sure that we're using the LJ's BBQ signature seasoning, and it really is just gonna pop with flavor, pop with color. It's gonna be moist, juicy. It's gonna be exactly what you want, okay? So first little way we're gonna prep this, we're gonna get some vegetable oil or sunflower oil. We're just gonna baste it slightly, okay? Just so we're gonna get a nice little glaze on it, okay? So try and cover it, but not too much. This is gonna be really nice because it's gonna make the skin nice and crackly, okay? And it's gonna make the seasoning stick to it. So once we've got that on there, we're just gonna massage it in, okay? Just making sure it's totally covered. Top and bottom. Again, do not be scared to do this, okay? A lot of people don't like touching raw meat. Don't be scared, it's going all the way in, okay? Just so it's got a nice glaze to it. Then we're gonna go and grab our signature seasoning. Just gonna quickly clean my hands while I do that before I grab it. Okay, so now we basted this chicken, okay? We put a nice glaze on it. LJ signature, barbecue signature seasoning. This is got a nice little smoke to it. It's got a sweetness to it, and it's gonna add a glaze to this chicken. Okay, so now we've got our oil on it. We're just gonna sprinkle it over. Don't be too scared to do this. Okay, get into every little crumb. Turn it round, making sure you're getting the back again. Nice and even. Pop it out. Doesn't matter if you actually get some in that dish, because all we're gonna do, we're gonna rub it in now and just making sure we're giving this bird a nice little seasoning bath. You can see it. You can really see the colors are popping already, and that's just the marinade just doing its thing. Okay, make sure you're getting all the creases, all the wings, everywhere we want that flavor to pop. Okay, once you've done that, you're just gonna let it set for about 5 minutes. Just let it sit there, let it just soak in some of that flavor, and then we're gonna put it in the oven at 190 degrees, and we're gonna cook it per kg, 50 minutes per kg. So to make sure, this is about a 1.5 kg bird, so I'm gonna put it into the oven at 190 for about an hour, 20 minutes, maybe an hour 30, but checking all the way through. As soon as it hits an hour, gonna make sure it's cooking okay, and then we go from there. But in general, it's about 50 minutes per kg at 190, 200 degrees. Let's get it over into the oven. Okay, now we've had our parsnips and our potatoes boiling for about 10-15 minutes, okay, on a nice low heat. We're gonna get our parsnips out, and then I'm gonna show you how to do the ruffled potatoes, okay? So parsnips are really easy. We're just gonna lay them down a baking tray. We don't need to do too much. You can see they're still all fully intact. Really lovely, okay? Not gonna do too much with these. I've just done a few potatoes to show you because some of them are already pre-cooked and done. What we're gonna do, you can see they've still got a nice bit of firmness. Put them in a bowl, really simple. Tiny bit of oil, not too much, okay, not too much. and then we're gonna get a little bit of butter and we're gonna go from there. Okay, so we now got our potatoes. We've got them with a little bit of oil in there. You can have vegetable oil. You actually could have a little bit of olive oil. I wouldn't go with virgin, I'll just go normal olive oil. But I've gone with sunflower, and I'm just gonna do a small nubbin of butter. The potatoes are still hot, by the way. So a tiny bit of butter in there. That's gonna add a bit of flavor. Now to make them ruffle, I've got 2 bowls. You can just have a normal plate that goes on the top. They go on top, and all we're gonna do, we're just gonna break them up, shake them for a little while, double check on them. And if you check inside, you can see they're just a little bit ruffled, okay? Really nice, easy. Now we don't want them being too ruffled or broken up too much. We're gonna put them on our baking tray. Really simple. Now what this is gonna do is just put a fluffiness and a crunchiness on the outside. Once we've done that, add that butter, nothing to waste. Really simple, okay. Tiny little bit more oil just on our parsnips. Okay, let's get some out. Don't want to go crazy on it. Yeah. Rub them all in there so they've got a little bit of basting. Rub them all on so they've got a basting. And now these are ready to go in the oven. Now, roast potatoes, this kind of batch won't take long, but the more you have on there, the longer it's gonna take, okay? So we're gonna keep these on about 200 degrees, and we're gonna keep them in there, checking on them every 20 to 30 minutes, just making sure if we need to turn them, we'll turn them. And let's go. Okay, so on this part here, all we're gonna do, we're gonna get a little nub of butter as well. This is how we're gonna cook our sprouts and our carrots. So first of all, sprouts, got a nub of butter, which is going in. Okay, gonna let that just melt a little bit. Okay, get it round. Let's get it around this pan. We do the same for the pan with our carrots going in. A little bit of butter going in there as well. Pull this off. Okay, all this is all relevant to how much you're cooking. Okay, so we've got quite a few sprouts and quite a few carrots going in, so nice bit of butter in there, just give it a flavor. While that's cooking, we're gonna get some of our garlic as well, so you can see that's melting nicely. Nice little bit of sizzle right there. And now it is time for our garlic to go in, the special ingredient. So we're putting quite a bit in each one, just giving it a nice banging flavor. I'm gonna let this cook through for a little bit. Okay, so there's a nice little bit of thing in there, nice little bit of flavor. Now as they're just marinating in that garlic, you can hear that sizzle and that smell is really popping now. We're gonna get a teaspoon or a tablespoon of oil just to add to the cooking. So we're gonna slowly just pan fry each of these. And what that's gonna do, that's just gonna stop our butter from catching too much, okay, and burning. So a little bit of oil is just gonna help us out. Just let that simmer a little bit, both lots. Once it gets to heat, we're gonna start adding our sprouts and our carrots. You can see now, sprouts have been done. Again, these are on a boil. We don't want to overboil them too much. So now you're going in. Nice bit of smell and flavor. Now we're just gonna let them simmer for a little while. Same with our carrots now. Same thing, didn't overcook them. In they go. Get them all in there. Lightly pan frying these. Now as they're cooking, our special ingredient we're going to put on top of these is, we're not going to put too much because we don't want to saturate them, but a little bit of LJ's barbecue seasoning as well. a nice generous covering. Now you really see it's starting to cook, and those flavors are really starting to just pop. That smell's really starting to just pop. So now we're in there, they've cooked through a little bit. Just gonna go round, ruffle them up a little bit, so we're getting that garlic in there, we're getting that butter as well, and we're getting that lovely pan-fried feeling and smell. Okay, so now while these are cooking, we can start getting out our roast potatoes and seeing how they started to look. So they've been in there, they crisped up, and you can see now that they're looking lovely. You can see that crisp on them as well. So these are our ruffled potatoes, looking absolutely amazing as well. And you can see even with that little bit of oil and butter, what they've done is that nice brownness, they've got that nice little fluff to them, that crispiness, and they've just come out absolutely perfect. Let's get our parsnips out as well. So there's these. So here's our parsnip, exactly the same. Lightly coated in a bit of oil and a bit of butter, left there to roast. And you can see that these two have done exactly the same job. Sweetness, a little bit of crunchiness, a little bit of colour to them. Exactly how you want them. Holding shape. And they are ready to be seasoned and to be eaten as well. So we're about ready to start dishing up. We are. Let's get these sprouts off out of the pan and into our serving dish. Okay, so now that the sprouts and the carrots are done, they've been pan fried in some butter and garlic with a tiny tablespoon of oil. Let's go and get them, start dishing them up, and we can start actually prepping our final dish. Here's our Brussels, looking absolutely golden. So just getting them in there. Isn't Christmas a special time of the year? A time for family to come together, the smells, the flavors. The sprouts running away, and here we go. That is our sprouts all done, pan fried, and let's get these carrots as well. Looking nice and crispy. Again, these are pan fried in butter, a little bit of garlic, okay. And these are just gonna be a little bit of brownness on them, and that lovely pan fried garlic adding to that flavor as well. Okay. Now we have our finished roast chicken. So this has been in there now for about 1 hour and 20 minutes. You can see the color, it's golden, it's cooked through. It's just got that lovely crispiness to it, and once you just pop into it, the moistness in there still, it's just gonna be banging. Now this is using the LJ signature barbecue, okay, and this is what it does, it just adds a lovely glaze to it, and that lovely smokiness with a bit of sweetness, okay. So for your LJs, for your Christmas food, get down, get that LJ seasoning, get it on that chicken, really simple, let it cook itself and get ready to eat for Christmas. Okay guys, so now it's time to plate up. So we're gonna do really simple plating. We're gonna get our carrots, our sprouts, we've got our parsnips and our potatoes just in there, what I've just left to heat through so they don't get too cold. And let's go for it right now. We're nearly there. Let's get these sprouts looking absolutely amazing. So again, this is just, sometimes what happens is, we know at Christmas, we overcomplicate meals. We have so much waste. My advice, grab some food that you like. If you want to keep it traditional, you can do it, but just don't overindulge. So this kind of meal here, we could have gone absolutely over the top, but this is a meal I know I'm going to finish, I know I'm going to enjoy, and it's going to feed a ton of people. Let's get those parsnips. So here we are, those parsnips, golden. You can see absolutely amazing as well. Let's get these up. Just plate these up as well. Let's change that around. Let's plate these up. Nice and crispy, exactly how you want them. Now you can see this plate is really starting to take shape. And last ones are roast potatoes. Now look at those. We call that aesthetically pleasing. Let's get these potatoes in. Lovely. And now you want, I like a roast potato, so I'll go a bit crazy on these. Okay, saving some for others. Get a chicken, depending on what piece you like. But let's have a look at this. Look how it just absolutely falls apart. Perfectly roasted chicken. Top that off as well with some traditional gravy. Let's have a look at this, guys. Let's lift this up. Some traditional gravy. And what you have there is an LJ's Christmas dinner, real basic, real simple, full of flavour, and something that the whole family's going to enjoy. Okay guys, so if you've liked this video, our Christmas special, and you've liked what you've seen, remember you can buy our LJ Hugs seasoning on our eShop or through our Instagram page, through our website, also in Bath, where we are based as well from our pop-up shack, and soon to be Bristol as well. So please come and say hello, purchase some of this magic rub as well. Please like, subscribe, comment, whatever those things are. Like, subscribe, comment, don't even know where they are, but do it, follow us, and leave a message in there to tell us what you want us to cook next or show you how to cook next. Thanks for watching again. This is Lewis from Cooking with LJ's, and thanks. Peace out. You have to do some real editing on this video. Is that right, boss? Is that right, boss?